Hello everybody, Geordie Paul here. Today's video is all going to be about my 4K collection, which will include these bad boys, these bad boys, these bad boys, some of these, and some of these. Alright everyone, Geordie Paul here. Welcome back to Magpie Movies. Thanks for joining me on what I think will probably be a long video. Yes, today I'm going to be going through my entire 4K collection. This is not my Blu-rays or DVDs. It's purely, as what you can see here, my 4K collection. Like I said, it's probably going to be a long video. All the ones to my left here are all in alphabetical order or series order. But I have some in front of me here, which I've taken out of a separate section, which are kind of like franchises as such. So I'm going to go through these, and then I've got at the very top of my bookcase up here, I've got my Marvels to go through, and then we're going to go through all these ones here in alphabetical order, or like I said, in series order. So if you are new to the channel and you like this video and any other ones, then please don't forget to hit me a subscription, give the video a thumbs up, and if there's any 4Ks which I don't have and you think that I should possibly get because of picture quality and because the movie's great, then drop me a comment in the comment section below and I'll have a look into them. So without further ado, let's crack on. So I'm going to go through first my DC collection. So straight in, let's just dive straight in. First of all, we have Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder first one. I don't mind this film. I thoroughly enjoy it, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the Superman franchise. I don't own any of the Christopher Reeve ones or anything like that, or the Brandon Routh one, or anything, but I do like the Henry Cavill ones. So yeah, so that's Man of Steel. Put that down there. Then we have Joss Whedon's Justice League, which of course is a bit rubbish, but yeah, it comes with a nice slip, as you can see. Yep, so that's there. Yeah, I know it's not the best, but I'm a completionist when it comes to DC, Star Wars, Marvel, and complete collection, so I have to have that. I had that before the new one came out, so it's going to stay in the collection. Next we have the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, which is just with a lovely slip as well, so there's another one. Next up we have the original Suicide Squad, again with this slip, so there's that one. Next up I have I believe is my French import of Wonder Woman, which also includes the 3D, so it's got the 4K, the 3D, the Blu-ray in there as well. Yep, so that's all in there. Got that Wonder Woman one. Next we have Aquaman. I love the slip on this, it's just so glossy, it's really nice. Yep, so there's Aquaman. Put down. Next we have the 4K of Shazam in a nice steelbook. I think the only reason I got this in a steelbook is because it was a $5 or something along those lines and I got it cheap. I'm not the biggest of fans of the Shazam movie, but as again, completionists have to have it. Next we have Wonder Woman 1984. Again, I don't mind this movie. I do like the movies, to be honest. They are what they are, is basically. So there you go. Then we have the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, the new Zack Snyder cut with different colours and everything in there. So there's that one. Next we have my favourite movie, Birds of Prey. Yeah, but yes, there you go. I'm not going to say much about that, it's pointless. And then finally, I've got my Zack Snyder's Justice League. We've had the Joss Whedon, and this is my steelbook of it. As you can see, I always keep the J card within it, but we've got the 2 discers, 4K only, no Blu-ray in that. So yeah, so there's that. So that is all of my DC collection. Next up is one of my favourite franchises, which is Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I'm not all into the canon and the background and everything of it, but I do enjoy all the movies. So we have Episode 1, Phantom Menace. I remember queuing up to see this at the cinema, thoroughly enjoying it, bought an ex-rental, and it's alright now. It is what it is. And then Attack of the Clones, not everybody's favourite, but I do like the character Jango Fett, so I'm all aboard for that one. We have what the kind of new generation Star Wars fans like is probably their favourite, Revenge of the Sith. To me, it's part of the prequels. It's alright, it's good, but it's not one of the best Star Wars. Then they have what I call my joint poorest, which is Solo. Change of director to Ron Howard. I just didn't like it. It's not that good, and it left it open with Darth Maul at the end, so don't know what's going on with that. Then my all-time favourite, or second all-time favourite, or joint all-time favourite is Rogue One. This film is I wasn't say masterpiece, but no film's really a masterpiece, but this is just excellent. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Went to cinema, I'd say this 5, maybe 6 times. Can't get over it. Felicity Jones is great as Jyn Erso. I was even actually going to call my daughter Jyn, except the wife said no. So there you go. That's a story for that. And then I have only the steelbooks I bought from Zavi are of the original trilogy. So this is Star Wars, not A New Hope, just Star Wars, the original, which I really started the whole franchise, which I love. And then Empire Strikes Back with the alternate lenticular, which I bought separate because I didn't really like the Darth Vader one. So as you can see, I got that one on there. Then we have Return of the Jedi, and that is it. Those are the... Oop, get that back. Those are the only steelbooks of the Zavi ones that I ordered. I was tempted by Rogue One, but I've already got it, and I didn't want to pay 30 quid to get it and kind of duplicate what I've already got. Then we have Star Wars The Force Awakens, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It is a kind of a reboot or a rehash or a relook at the original New Hope. But I enjoyed it. It's very good. I saw this about 4 times at the cinema. I don't like this movie. It's rubbish. It fits in with it and I'll buy it. I just don't get the whole floating layer, the casino scene, the whole just 2 ships chasing each other for like 2 hours. Fucking hell, not pointless. But yeah, this Last Jedi. And I don't mind this. I thoroughly enjoyed this at the cinema, Rise of Skywalker. When this came out, I pre-ordered it and I had to get it first thing. So yes, I like Rise of Skywalker as well. Now with regards to all the Star Wars movies, if they have a 3D edition, then I've also got those, but that's for a separate video altogether. So that is the end of my Star Wars 4K collection. Next up on the list of all my 4Ks is the only second sight 4K I own, and that is Dawn of the Dead, the big box set. When this first came out, I was humming and hawing whether to get it or not, and I left it and I didn't get it. But then I saw on eBay, Sony was selling it with like £20-30 less than what it was retailed at, so I thought I'd snap it up. I'm still yet to watch I've obviously seen Dawn of the Dead multiple times, loved it when I was younger, but I haven't watched the 4K upgraded in picture quality. I know it's had a really good reviews on it, and I know there's multiple cuts in here of like the theatrical cut, the extended cut, the Argento cut. It's got all the soundtracks and everything in here as well. Yes, so there you go. So that is my Second Sight 4K edition box set of Dawn of the Dead. And the next ones are I would say are probably my pride and joy of my 4K collection, purely on the spectacle of how they look and also, well, just what they are. So first up, we have the Hobbit 4K Steelbook Hobbit 4K Steelbook Trilogy Collection, which I absolutely adore. It's got the protective... This is how Steelbooks should come, really, if you're going to get them in a box set. So yes, if you want an opening on this, I've got it in my previous videos of this one. And to go along with that one, of course, we've got probably one of the greatest trilogies of all time, the Lord of the Rings box set. I must have been one of the lucky guys or lucky individuals because my Steelbook set is completely dent-free. So yeah, so there you go. So that's my Lord of the Rings in 4K Steelbook and Hobbit set. Like I said before, if you want to have an opening unboxing these, I've done it when I got them a year or so ago, whenever it was. I have watched both of them, and they are spectacular. I mean, the films are spectacular as they are, but to watch them again in 4K with the better sound, the better picture is just stunning. So yes, so that's the end of my special edition section. Next up on my complete 4K collection, we have my Marvel Cinematic Universe 4Ks. So I'll make some space over here. So we have the Incredible Hulk, which I don't mind. I enjoy this. I do enjoy the Eric Bana one, and this comes with a nice slip. But I don't mind Edward Norton one. It's a good movie. Then we have Avengers Assemble in 4K. Oh, I'm not going to keep saying in 4K because they're all in 4K. It's a 4K collection, dickhead. We have Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we have Age of Ultron Avengers. Then we have Ant-Man. And then we have Homecoming. Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, one of my favourites, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, which I actually got my parents to get me when they were in Canada, which is why it's got a different cover, because it got released there before it got released here, so I was able to watch it before it came over here, but now everyone's got it, so at the time I had it first-ish. Then we have Spider-Man Far From Home, and we also have the newest Black Widow. Now I know what you're thinking, well, where's all the other stuff? Ah, this is where there's other stuff. I have the box set of the Thor. As you can see, it's got all, to the right way around, I've got Thor, Dark World and the Ragnarok. I did have, I think I had Thor Ragnarok originally on 4K, but then I got this cheap, so I sold Thor Ragnarok, kept the box set. And then going along with that, take the dust off the top, we have the Iron Man collection as well, which again has 1, 2 and 3, so happy with that one. And then finally, as you probably guessed by now, is the Captain America 3-movie 4K box set with Civil War, First Avenger and the Winter Soldier. But that is not all for my Marvel. So outside of the MCU, I've got the other ones as well. So we have Venom in 4K, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, of course, which I've only seen this at the cinema. I wasn't that much of a fan of it at the cinema. My mate was, who I went to see it with. So I thought I'll pick it up and watch it again. Still haven't had a chance to watch it yet. And then I have the original Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's, and then Spider-Man 2, and of course Spider-Man 3. And I don't mind all of them. My personal favourite is still the first one, because it was the first one I saw at the cinema. And then we have the Amazing Spider-Man, and of course the Amazing Spider-Man 2. And again, I don't mind either of these. A lot of people give this one a lot of hate, but I've got no problems with them. They're there, you're there to be entertained, and they do exactly that. But yes, that is all my Marvel collection. So now we're going to shift on to the actual big bulk of it, I suppose, and go through that. So let's get on with it. So as you can probably see, I've brought a few of the 4Ks down from up here, and I've got some here. So I'll go through my non-franchise-ish kind of 4Ks. So first of all, we have a great action movie, excuse me, what, that I highly recommend, which is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Great film, very good, highly recommend this, and the 4K and the dark levels and everything is top notch. So grab a hold of this if you haven't, and if you haven't seen it, then watch it. Next we have a film that needs no introduction, but I just can't do an introduction because I stumble on my words, and that is of course 1917. Great Sam Mendes film, highly recommend it again. What you'll probably notice is when I have 4Ks, I only seem to purchase and get 4Ks why I really like the movie, or it's going to have a good picture quality and a good movie. I'm not just going to get, excuse me, a new release just for the sake of it, but yeah, we'll go on. Then we have 300, another great Zack Snyder movie. The 4Ks, it's alright, it's not brilliant. And then we have Alien. What more can you say about this? It's a Ridley Scott's classic. A big fan of Ridley, especially because he's from my neck of the woods. So that's Alien. Now this is where I said earlier on where I put franchises or series together where they might not be alphabetically. So I have Prometheus with a nice slipcover. I love this film. What the cinema to say this with the wife. She had no idea what was going on, but I absolutely adore this film. It's really good. Did get a lot of hate, but I really like it. Well, not a lot of hate, but people were positive and negative for it. And then another one, I've got my Alien Covenant Steelbook. Another film that I thoroughly enjoyed. Went to the cinema to see that. I think I saw this twice at the cinema. Really enjoyed it. Alita, Battle Angel. The only film I've seen in the moving seats and makes you smell what's going on. Enjoyed that. This is the 4K Blu-ray, 3D and Blu-ray. This is the only way you could get it anyway. I haven't watched this again since I saw it at the cinema. I did start to watch it on 4K, but I just never got around to finishing it. So that's Alita. And then we have the Holy Grail that Mr. Big Paulie got with the help of Evander, Slayer Reviews, and that is Almost Famous, the HMV Cine edition. thank you so much once again if you're watching this, Paul and Evander. I know Paul, you got it for me, etc. But I love this film. It's such a good film, and it always sometimes not everybody's heard of it. So it's a Cameron Crowe film. Give it a watch if you haven't. This has got loads of cuts, bootleg and theatrical. Bootleg's the best cut, but yes, that's Almost Famous. Another one of my personal favourites, American Psycho, Christian Bale, Patrick Bateman, awesome. The Apocalypse Now 6-disc edition. This is the import from America, so it comes as a fold out. It's a weird combination, but yes, so that's Apocalypse Now. Then we have the Apollo 11 documentary. This, for a 1969 documentary, well, film footage, this looks extraordinary and exquisite in 4K. So if you're a big fan of documentaries on the space missions, definitely highly recommend you get that, especially in 4K. Then we have Apollo 13, another great Ron Howard movie with Tom Hanks, etc. Arrival, another film which supposedly looks really good in 4K. I haven't watched it in 4K. I saw this at the cinema, but it's a very good film. Then we have Baby Driver, Edgar Wright, and he's got these current movie out, but enjoy Baby Driver. Backdraft, which I remember watching in the 90s, and my friend Scott sent that to me because he had 2 copies, so thanks for that, Scott, once again. And the final one is good old Back to the Future. And yes, this is the 4K Steelbook trilogy with the DeLorean, as you can see. Again, as I said earlier, this case is shockingly bad. When you see the Lord of the Rings ones, which I showed earlier, they're so much better, so much nicer. The house is much better. This is just so flimsy. But yes, that is your Back to the Future 4K trilogy. On to the next pile. So let's continue. We have Bad Boys, Bad Boys 2, and Bad Boys for Life. So yeah, the trilogy there. I enjoy all of them. I think they're all equally as good as each other. Maybe more siding towards the first one. Yeah, so there's the Bad Boys trilogy as such. And if you saw one of my recent videos, you saw I picked this up for like 17 quid. The Italian import via Amazon France, of all things, of Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, all on 4K. More or less exactly the same as the UK box set, except obviously it's in Italian and it says Batman Il Ritorno instead of Batman Returns. So yes, so there's that quadrilogy. Another one of my personal favourite films, again a Ridley Scott, is Black Hawk Down. Great movie. Picture quality is grainy, but it's supposed to be, but it is a better lift from the Blu-ray. It's a very, very good film. Just highly recommend it. Blade, great movie. I haven't watched this since I bought it. Randomly enough, I got this for my birthday in December last year. Yeah, nearly a year ago, and I still haven't watched it. But yes, very good. Picture quality is supposed to be really good in this as well, by the way. And then we have another Ridley Scott, Blade Runner Final Cut. There is a box set for this with obviously the other cuts of it, but I already have that on Blu-ray, so I don't really need that. So yeah, so there's Blade Runner 4K. Continuing on, we have, of course, one of the best 4Ks you can buy, which is one of the first ones I got when I got my 4K TV, Blade Runner 2049, with the gorgeous Ana de Armas, a lovely girl. And then we have Brightburn, another one of my personal favourites. We have Steelbook of The Cabin in the Woods. Got this cheap via Zavi, nice steelbook. We have Martin Scorsese's Casino. And then I'll just quickly go through these ones because you've seen them before. We have Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre. So that is the entire James Bond, Daniel Craig 4K at the moment, until No Time to Die comes out to buy. We also have Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Great, great movie. We have Creed, and we have Creed 2. I enjoy both of these, although I haven't seen all of this one, but of what I've seen, I did enjoy this one. So there you go, that's that set done. On to the next pile. So this section here is the last of my first shelf. So we have my recent edition of A Clockwork Orange, the box set, which comes with, if I get it out, that's what she said, the Steelbook that goes in with the set as well, so I'm happy to have that. Big fan of A Clockwork Orange. I remember going to the cinema to see this in, I think, 99, 2000. Can't remember when it got re-released at the cinema for the first time after it being banned. So yeah, happy to have that in the collection. We then have, why is this not on the B, Paul? Well, I put this on the D for the Dark Knight, because it's the Dark Knight trilogy, so that's why I did that. So we have the Dark Knight trilogy 4K collection, all three of them. So there's that. Another two together is, of course, Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Deepwater Horizon. Now, this film is really good, obviously based on a true story about Deepwater Horizon, the oil rig that caught fire. But the picture quality in this is very good, so I highly recommend this, not only for the film, but for the picture quality as well. And the final one on shelf number 1 is my all-time favourite Christmas movie that the wife and I watch every year, and because of what I've just introduced it as, you know exactly what I'm going to say. Yes, it is Die Hard with a slip. This is the only version you can get. It's the 30th anniversary. It's in 1988, so this obviously came out in 2018. Yeah, love this. All-time favourite Christmas movie. And if you don't think it's a Christmas movie, there's something wrong with you. Because it's set at Christmas. He comes home for the Christmas holidays. There's Christmas trees everywhere. Just because Santa isn't flipping there doesn't mean it's not a Christmas movie. It is. It's set at Christmas. Any movie set at Christmas is a Christmas movie in my eyes. And that also includes Iron Man 2. So there you go. Anyway, Die Hard. That's the last one in my shelf number 1. Now moving on to shelf number 2, and we shall just plod on. We have the Doctor Sleep sequel to The Shining. This includes the director's cut on Blu-ray, which is, I don't think, when this was in the $9.99 recently, you couldn't get it with that. Happy to have that. And then we have a film I really love, Dunkirk, because I have a poster up here. I know you can't see because the camera's over there. Dunkirk, I love that film. Another favourite of mine, the only David Lynch film I actually own, which is The Elephant Man. Great 4K transfer for a black and white film, and of course it comes in the set, which comes up with St. Paul's Cathedral in the middle. Very good set to have. Love that one. Then another two. Denzel's Equalizer and Equalizer 2. I really enjoy both these films. They're very, very good. Never watched the ITV show when it was on. But I like those films. John Carpenter's Escape from New York, which is a lovely gift from Mr. Jamie Powell. So thanks for that, with Kurt Russell and Snake Plissken in it. Love it. Then we have E.T. Every person must own E.T. I still haven't seen this since childhood. I need to rewatch it. But another thing with this as well, it's full screen as opposed to black letterbox bars on it. We have Everest, another great picture one, a really harrowing story. Definitely recommend this. I will own this in 3D as well, but it's a great picture. Another John Carpenter is The Fog. I love this steelbook. This is the only steelbook of the John Carpenters that I own. I just love the movie. It's a really good movie. So there you go. That's The Fog. Then we have Mr. Run, which is Forrest Gump. Not the best 4K, not the best of 4K transfers, but I adore this movie. I remember watching it the first time when I was in Canada with my auntie and uncle and my family over there, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's great historical story as well, which goes through the different parts of history, really, through Forrest's eyes, which is really good. Then we have another one of my favourites from the Stanley Kubrick film, which is Full Metal Jacket. I love this box set. Another one of my favourite films. Very, very good. The picture quality in this is amazing as well, so they did a good upgrade on that. Fury, a film I didn't like first time round, but I really liked it the second time round. And I don't have Atmos or big sound bar, but I know from reviews it's got a good soundtrack on it. But yeah, it's a good 4K picture. Jordan Peele's Get Out, another film that I adore. I don't think it's going to be that much better, but in 4K as it is Blu-ray. But it's one of my favourite films, so I've got to put get it in 4K. Gemini Man. I like the film. It's not the best of films, but this picture quality on this, and I love 60 frames per second. Excuse me, this picture quality is amazing. If anybody's going to get a 4K player and your mates come around and go, oh, show us 4K, then is it any good? Gemini Man. That is the way forward, and can get it dirt cheap now. So if you want a good-ish film for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and a great picture quality, get Gemini Man. My second favourite steal after the Middle Earth is the Ghostbusters one, which is the American one, with 1 to 5 discs in it. Love that. Love Ghostbusters. Gladiator. What more can you say? I bought my 4K TV. This is, along with Blade Runner, one of the first films that I bought for it. I didn't care about the 4K upgrade. I just love this film so much that I had to have the 4K edition of it and the Steelbook. So thank you very much to me. And then we have the Monsterverse. So we have Godzilla King of the Monsters, which has got the 3D disc in there rattling away. And Godzilla vs. Kong, the 3D, the Amazon Steelbook on 4K. Put that on there. This pile over here is getting precariously tall. Then I've got the Only Titans Occult box that I own, which is Goodfellas. The Steelbook in there. We have a film that I like, but I don't like it as much as a lot of people like it. But there you go. And that is The Goonies. Yeah, it doesn't do for me what a lot of people, you know, I know it's Wet Movie One's favourite movie. It's a lot of other people's favourite movies from their childhood growing up. But yeah, not for me, but I enjoy it and I like it. And it's a classic and that's why it's in the collection. I want it picked up from, was it Germany? I can't remember. Yes, Germany. Greenland 4K. Great picture on that one. Move this along. Hold on. Ooh. Really precarious. Okay, next up we have something which has got a crap upgrade, but I wanted it, because I love the film again so much, I wanted it up in 4K, which is Gremlins. Great movie. Not very good 4K. Another film that I watched once, didn't enjoy it, but did a second time round like Fury, and that's Hacksaw Ridge. Again, great 4K picture on that one. We have one of my all-time favourite movies, which is quite apt for this time of year, and that is the 1978 Lionsgate edition of Halloween. And then we have the recent Scream Factory's 3-disc of Halloween as well. I put this on last night to start watching it, and the picture quality is a little bit, if not that much better than the Lionsgate one. And then I have the Halloween 2 sequel, again, the Scream Factory one. We have the 2018 Halloween, which I really enjoy, and I really enjoy Halloween Kills. Mr. Lee Eels sent me I Am Legend, another one of my personal favourites. I love this film, it's really good. That's a lovely steelbook that he sent me. And then we have Christopher Nolan's Inception. Independence Day, everybody has to have this. It's just one of those all-time classic films, isn't it? And then an expensive set, which is the Indiana Jones 4K box set. I'm yet to delve into this, so I'm looking forward to it. My favourite one is Raiders. It always has been, always will be. And it's not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's just Raiders of the Lost Ark. So yes, that's that box set. And then we have Interstellar, another film I enjoyed at the cinema. It's confusing as hell, but I enjoyed it. And then we have The Invisible Man, another film that I enjoyed. Is really, yeah, like I said, a lot of these ones I get because I enjoy the film, not because of it's coming out, it's 4K, I have to get it. No, it's not to do with that. It's because I enjoy the movie. If I just want a movie just because I want a movie, it's Blu-ray. Other than that, it's 4K. Then we have my imports of It and It Chapter 2 on 4K. I know I keep saying 4K, it's my 4K collection. Another two, Jack Reacher and Jack Reacher Never Go Back. Absolute classic, 1975's Jaws, awesome picture, and picture quality even, an awesome movie as we all know. Then another series, we have John Wick Chapter 2, and then John Wick 3, Parabellum. They are extraordinary films, they're very, very good. And then the final one, no actually not the final one, the final kind of steelbook-ish, no, it's not even final steelbook. Next we've got Joker, the Xavier exclusive steelbook. Which I absolutely adore this film. It is so good. Yeah, I remember somebody saying to me that Birds of Prey was better than this. Really? Anyway, so moving on, that's Joker. And then over here we have the only collection of steelbooks I actually own. I don't own everything in steelbook. I've got collections, but this is the only steelbook collection I own, and that is my Jurassic Park franchise. So that's the first one, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, which gets a lot of hate, but I do like it. Jurassic World, and then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. What I like about these, and I might have gone over this in previous videos, is on the back they all follow on from each other. So in Jurassic Park you've got an adventure 65 million years in the making. Lost World you've got something has survived, and then the third one you've got something unexpected has evolved, and then Jurassic World you've got the park is open, and then the park is gone. So each one of them has the poster tagline on the back of them. So yeah, so there you go. That is my Jurassic Park 4K Steelbook collection. And that's the end of shelf number 3. Moving along. So now we are in the final approach to the end of my complete 4K collection. As you can see here, half of those movies are gone. That's because they're right here in front of me. So we'll crack on. You know I dislike Rian Johnson's Last Jedi, but then he comes out with Knives Out. So why couldn't Last Jedi be as good as this? I'll never know. But anyway, Knives Out, I enjoy that movie. I have it on 4K. Then we have Peter Jackson's King Kong in a lovely slipcover. I remember taking a date to see this. I didn't marry, it's not my wife, it's somebody else. Didn't realise how long it was on for. It wasn't the best film to take a girl to on a date, but there you go. Next up we have Kong Skull Island. Then we have Life, which I really like. This has got a really good picture quality. Nice slip. You can get this dirt cheap as well now. So if you haven't seen this and you want a good 4K picture, pick it up. Another great one, Life of Pi. Lovely movie. 3D is spectacular. So what I've done is I've added an extra little case in here. So I'll put my 3D disc in here to go along with the Blu-ray and the 4K. 4K picture quality is great. The 3D is great, and the film's great. So you're onto a winner with that one. We then have Logan without a slip. I should really need a slip for that one. Mad Max Fury Road. Great picture. I liked it, but I'm not the biggest fans of the movie. I like Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior is my favourite. Then we have The Magnificent Seven. I really enjoyed this movie. Nice remake. Great The Martian Extended Edition. Again, I've got this as 3D as well because I really like this. And again, Sir Ridley Scott. I do like him as a director. We have Mary Poppins Returns. The lovely Emily Blunt in it. And we've got The Matrix. I only own the first one. I don't want to get the box set. Well, if it was cheap, I might get it. But for me, The Matrix, the first one, is all you really need. So yeah, so looking forward to the next one. So that's pile number 1 in front of me. We then have the Mission Impossible set. This is Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3. Number 4, Ghost Protocol, and number 5, Rogue Nation, which then tallies up nicely with Fallout. So that's all the Mission Impossibles on 4K. And then we have my first and only ever double dip, which is the Mortal Kombat 4K Steelbooks. This is European and American, and this is UK Amazon exclusive. So yeah, you got Sub-Zero on that side. So yeah, so that's my Mortal Kombat 2021, which I love that movie. And we also have finally on this pile the Mummy trilogy, all 3 of them. Remember watching these in the 90s, early 2000s, enjoyed them. I'll be honest with you, it was cheap, that's why I picked it up, and I enjoy the movies, but I haven't seen these to see what the picture quality is like as of yet. Then we have a movie which actually surprised me so much so I wanted to buy it, and that was Murder in the Orient Express. I'm looking forward to Death on the Nile, but this is a very good film. Kenneth Branagh is in it, Willem Dafoe, Judi Dench, Daisy Ridley. It's just excellent, and Kenneth Branagh directs it. Very, very good. We have another good 4K picture, which is Oblivion, another great movie with Tom Cruise in. The only 4K I have of Quentin Tarantino, and that's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is good. It's not his best. I like Jackie Brown and Reservoir Dogs, but it's a good movie. Overload even. Picture quality in this is very good as well. Highly recommend that one. We've got one of the best picture quality as you can probably get 4K next to Blade Runner and Gemini Man, which is Pacific Rim, plus it's a full screen. So definitely recommend that. Then we have the follow-up, Pacific Rim Unrising Steelbook. This Steelbook comes with the 3D disc as well as the Blu-ray and 4K, so that's why I picked that up, so you get 3 for 1. Then we have another film which is excellent, Parasite, which is another great 4K transfer. Highly recommend this just purely as a film, but the 4K picture of this as well is very good. Film that isn't actually available over here on 4K, which I picked up, which is the in the same kind of universe as Train to Busan and Seoul Station, and that is Peninsula. I enjoyed this. I know not a lot of people did, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love Train to Busan, and when I knew this was coming out on 4K, I had to get it imported, and it's a lovely slip and case and everything. So yeah, that's Peninsula. And then I managed to pick up an HMV cheap, the Passengers box set, which is just basically the normal 4K edition with the script. So yeah, anyway, it was cheap as chips, so I picked that one up. Another good film, an Australian import of Patriots Day, about the Boston Bombers, Boston Marathon Bombers. Very good film, worth a watch. Then we got Pet Sematary, which I enjoy. I actually think maybe prefer this to the original. But yeah, Pet Sematary. We then have another trilogy, which is the Ape trilogy. So we have Dawn, Rise, no, sorry again. Rise, Dawn, and then War. So yeah, so there's that trilogy, and the snow pictures for that for 4K is very good. So I highly recommend that as a 4K pickup. We then have Get to the Chopper with a very bad accent. I don't know what doing that is. Predator, and then The Predator, which I don't mind. Another Christopher Nolan 4K, The Prestige, very good movie. I think this is probably the ones that not everybody knows about, this and Insomnia, but they're both very good. I really like The Prestige. And then finally out of this pile is my Resident Evil European import of just the 4Ks. I have all the Blu-rays, so I didn't want to pay 120 quid when this was 35. So yes, so that's Resident Evil 4K collection. Now we're going to move on to these ones next. So here we are. This is the final selection of my 4K collection. So if you've enjoyed it so far, thank you very much. I really appreciate you sticking with me this long, because I told you at the beginning it would be a long video. So let's crack on, shall we? We have one of my favourite franchises again, The Purge, which includes The Purge, Anarchy and Election Year. And to go with that, we have the first Purge. And I just need the Forever Purge to go with those. And that's a complete collection on 4K for those. Then we have another two set, A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2, which I was lucky enough to get from Dave Durant over in Massachusetts. So thanks for that, Dave, if you're watching. So that's that collection, which I love. And then when we went to Birmingham for the meetup in HMV, and Tony Horror and Todge very kindly bought me Raya and the Last Dragon. I love this movie. It's really good. Kids love it. I give this an 8 out of 10. It's such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's really good. In case you didn't know, I thought it was really good. Then we have Ready Player One, a film that on the kind of border with, on the fence with, really. It's all right. It's not as good as people say, but the 4K picture's really good. Then we have The Revenant. What can you say about Revenant? Everybody in 4K wants Revenant because it's such a good picture. Another Sir Ridley Scott one, one that I do enjoy, and that is Robin Hood. Again, it didn't get the best reception when it came out, and the cinema visit I went to see, it wasn't the best, but I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's good. Saving Private Ryan. What can you say? It's a must really to have, own, whether it's Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, whatever. Great movie, and the 4K upscale is awesome as well. Then we have Saw. The upgrade to that. So I got this up big Paulie, so thank you for that, Paul. Appreciate you sending me that. So yeah, Saw, love the Saw franchise. And then we have Jigsaw as well. Following on that kind of franchise, we have Spiral. And then we have Al Pacino and Scarface, another great movie, another one I had to get in 4K. I haven't watched this yet in 4K, I don't know what the picture quality is like, but because of the actual film is so good, I wanted to get it on 4K. Schindler's List, excellent movie. What can you say about Schindler's List? It hasn't already been said. Awesome movie, a movie that everyone must see. No one should ever forget about the Holocaust. And that's really what you need to say about that one. Then we have a recent edition, which is The Shape of Water, which I still need to see, but apparently the picture quality is really good. Shawshank Redemption, again, like Schindler's List, obviously not for the same reasons, is just a great movie. Looking forward to watching this one again, and the transfer on this is supposed to be really good. And another two, Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. I love both these movies. I recently rewatched them again and they're still as good as I remember. We've got the Thing box set with the soundtrack and the original prequel, and not original prequel, but the prequel in there, the 2011 prequel. Which everybody thinks is a sequel. It's not. It's a prequel. So yeah, so there you go. That's the Thing. And then we have They Live, another John Carpenter absolute classic. We have The Shining, another one of my favourite horror movies, which I just can't get enough of. It's just so good. Sicario and Sicario 2. Yet to see this one, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and the opening, seeing this in 4K is spectacular. It is really, really good. Definitely worth picking that up just purely for the opening scene, to be honest with you, because it's so good. And then we have Soul, another big Paulie edition. Thanks again for that, Paul. The kids love that movie. We have the cine edition of Tenet, which I'm yet to see since I saw it at the cinema. I have tried it out, and the picture quality is very good. So that's Tenet. A film that I enjoyed, again, but a lot of people don't, and that's Terminator Dark Fate. I really enjoyed that. One from my youth is the Steelbook of Transformers the movie. Galvatron on the back and Rodimus, or Hot Rod at that time, before he's Rodimus Prime on the front. Another one I enjoy. Us, Jordan Peele, like you had Get Out. Lovely. Slip on that one even. And then we have, coming into the final stretch, War of the Worlds. I love this film. It's really, really good. Watchmen, the ultimate cut with the cartoon or animated section added into it. We have X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, and the X-Men collection. So I think I've got all of those now up to date. X-Men. And then finally, from this section, I've got Zero Dark 30. A film I had to import because I wanted to see it in 4K. Spectacular. Nothing more I can say about that. So those are the sections out here. Now the other ones I've got, kind of like boutique labels 4K, I've got over here. They are Battle Royale in the big box set. The newly released David Lynch's Dune. True Romance. Donnie Darko, which I love that film. And the Good Creature Feature 90s Tremors. Those are all my Arrow titles. And that is it. We've come to the end of my complete 4K collection. If you've lasted this long, Christ, what's wrong with you? Anyway, thank you so much for sticking to the end. Thanks for watching. If you are again new to this channel, as I said at the beginning, don't forget to drop me a subscription. Please like, share and subscribe. That would help the channel immensely and help me get my channel out there. I thanked everybody who subscribed recently. I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more of the same coming. I'm hoping to have like an update to the collection soon. I've got a few things coming in the post, more Halloween 4Ks coming, and another few things that I've ordered. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. So this is Geordie Paul, last surviving member of Magpie Movies, signing off.